The shell feature can be used to hollow out a part, anything from the simplest geometry to very complex geometry. In this case, we'll be creating a shell of the back of a cell phone. And you can see on the side we have several split lines. The way the shell feature works is it allows you to remove faces, and it creates a shell of the remaining faces. Before we get started with the shell feature, we're going to add one more split line by going into curves, choosing split line, and setting the type of split as projection. And then for the sketch to project, we'll choose the open sketch there, and choose the face on the side there to project the sketch onto. And that'll add in our split line, and we can go ahead and hide away the sketch. Next, we'll go into shell. We're going to set the parameters of the thickness to 0.04 inches. And then for faces to remove, we're going to start with the back face. And as I stated before, this will remove out the face we selected, and it will create a shell of the remaining faces. We can analyze the result of this, and we can see that it creates a shell of the part. It also creates a shell of these inside faces that we still had from the cut extrude 1. Those we're going to want to remove out, so we'll go back into the shell and choose out 2 of those faces. And you can see it removes out that side of the shell. To complete our final shell here, we can remove out those 2 faces, and we just want to choose all of the split faces on the sides. And that'll remove out those inset cuts. The last thing we're going to do is create a cutout for a speakerphone using the fill pattern tool. And we'll start off by creating a sketch on the top plane. For this, we're going to use the center rectangle tool and just draw in a rectangle there. We're going to control click the sides and make them equal. Then we want to make the center point and the origin horizontal. And then we want to add in some dimensions. We'll set this off by 1 inch, and we'll set our side length to 0.4 inches. And then we'll exit the sketch. The next thing we want to do is go into the Patterns pull down and choose Fill Pattern. For our boundary, we're going to choose the sketch, and then we want to put in our parameters here. So the first, for our instant spacing, we're going to set this to 0.06 inches. For the angle, we're going to set 30 degrees. And for the margin, we're just going to set this to 0.025 inches. We're going to choose the Create Seed Cut option and use the circle. And we'll set the diameter to 0.035 inches. I can see that this is going in the wrong direction for the cut, so we'll choose Flip Shape Direction so that it goes through the part. And then lastly, we just want to zoom in, go into the instances to skip, and we're going to skip out several on both ends there. And then we can click OK. And there we have our cutout for our speakerphone. And lastly, we'll hide out the sketch. And there's our completed cell phone back.